What sorcery is this? Oh my god. Hey, wait. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this, my friends? Are you seeing this? What is this? Some guy has some magic glass here that he puts over his camera and is able to see crazy stuff in the sky. The local sun dips into the clouds. How is this possible? No, the sun should not be there. According to science and school, the sun should be very far. This guy seeing the sun below them and they are in the plane there. How is this possible? My friends, are you seeing this? The sun is below the clouds. How is this possible? See, I thought the sun should be very far away. How is this happening, good people of Earth? Where is the sun going? Oh my god. Why does it look smaller? Do you think this is the real sun? Please leave your comments, wonderful souls. Hi, mate. Is the sun just dipped in the clouds, the whole of it? Wait. Why does it look smaller from this point? How are we able to see it in the whole world? Hey, this is unbelievable. Hey, these things sometimes they really does on my mind. You see, my friend. But now I'm really glad we are with you, wonderful soul. Because together, you see, we can figure out this stuff. You can leave comments there of what you know about war. You see, these guys are on a plane. And they have recorded the sun just doing that. You tell me that is normal, my friends, and hey, just leave your comment.
So
have you ever seen that?
Watch. This is lightning coming through the firmament. Look at that. That's what you call sprites. Look at this. Check this out. Look, it gets more intense. Watch. Look at that. Like, look. What in the... Look at that. Does that look like water? Look at this. Look. It's like bursting out of something. Look, like a barrier wall, firmament. Like, look at that. It's like coming down. Look at this. Look at that. What in the... Have you guys ever seen this before? Look at that. It's like bursting. Look at this. So these things are called sprites. It's almost like this, like a geyser, but like flipped upside down. Like, look at this. Like, does this look the same? Look at that. So what do y'all think? Like, this is very interesting. Like, have y'all guys ever seen that video before? No, yeah, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, look at this fish. Oh my god. Are these normal fins? Hey, this one can do you damage with the fins. Hey, they're really sharp. What do you call this one? Is this useful for swimming or just for as a defense mechanism? Because this one looks pretty sharp. You see? Imagine some other big fish going to swallow this one and then this one uses this mechanism. You see, it's deadly. These animals, they are just built wonderful in some perfect way.
Every name,
just like ourselves.
either a person or of an object or of anything in existence. The name carries the energy as I described in the introduction, and that energy, part of that energy is also the numerical, the equivalent, the numerology of that word or name. Now, one has to be careful because not everyone's a master of this, but there are those that were Kabbalists and mystics who are able to look at someone's name and able to somewhat recognize certain patterns and personality that that person has. And we're not talking here any prophecy or miracles. It's simply because the name carries energy. And the name carries energy means it's your energy. It's the name that you were given, which we're told the Arizal, The writings of Arizal was a great mystic who says that when parents give a name to children, it's like a mini prophecy. They may not know it, but God puts the right name in their mouths, which is why.
All for entertainment purposes and good vibes. Wow, this is the world's fastest train in Shanghai, going for over 135 kilometers. Wow. Train! Wait, this train is going over 150 kilometers per hour and it's just accelerating. How is this possible? Oh my god. Trains from this side of the world, my friend. Hey, let me tell you, they take long. You see, boarding a train, the train can go at a maximum of maybe 40 kilometers per hour, and it's a very bumpy ride on that one. You see, this one seems smooth and it's going extremely high speeds over. Wow, my god, this one is risky. Over 230 speeds. This is amazing, my friends. Train, what is the train using? Electricity or what? This one is out of this one. My god. Wait. These are now the real UFO stuff. You see, they say that those UFOs only move in the clouds, but now this one. Hey, my grandmother cannot believe such a story. You see, when you're making jokes, you say you're moving as slow as a train. But now you see from another side of the world, I see it's different. This one has reached over 330. Wow, oh my god. People inside there, they seem okay. It's like they are used to this thing. My friends, is this normal where you come from? Please just leave your comments. It's like, today the driver of the train has decided to showcase his skills or test the brakes or the gas. This one is amazing, oh my god. There are people inside. They are okay. I'm seeing they are okay. Oh my god. This thing has reached 400. You see now this speed. In our whole country, I don't think there is something that can reach this speed. Nothing. Hey, my god, not plane can, I don't think. Plane cannot reach these kilometers per hour. Wow. My friend, this one is out of this one. With this one, you can go around the whole country with less than 1 day, because this one now is out of this one. Wow, my friend, there is a train here. Hey, this one, you just come and see. Take a look at this. Wow, it looks normal outside. How is this possible? Now you see, here people here saying about witchcraft and magic. Now explain to me, my friends. If you also don't classify this as magic, hey, you should tell us what goes on, because now this one is very unreal and you can see outside normal. How is this possible? Where do these trains pass? Do they pass on the normal rails like or maybe they made ours slow? I think the hours are slow from this side of the world. Yeah, I think they are a bit slow, because not a bit, by far slow. Hey, my god, it's like we have the bicycle of trains from this side of the world, because this one is, how can train go those speeds? It's unbelievable. Hi, good vibes and things. A lot of interesting stuff in this world. Look at this other interesting stuff. The working principle of submarines. This is how they operate. Those are other stuff that surprise me. But you have seen how they do. You see? It's good
Prince
vibes.
Charles is the main heir of Count Dracula. I agree. That sounds insane. I bet you $1 million.
Bring that up, Jamie.
I bet Prince Charles, Count Dracula.
Okay.
Prince Charles is the heir of Count Dracula.
Is that right?
He moved in 5 years ago to Count Dracula's castle, and he lives with a group of homeless children in it.
No, he does not.
I swear to God.
Prince Charles Prince Harry's dad.
Prince Charles, the heir of the throne of the dragon,
Okay.
is a Transylvanian
According
prince.
to this Google search from express.co.uk, Prince Charles has distant kinship to Vlad Tepes, the 15th century Wakallian ruler, whom the Irish novelist based his Dracula.
Hold on. Prince Charles, like the one that we all know. Prince Charles.
Yeah, he's related to Count Chocula. Or Dracula.
Same percent.
But it's way worse than that.
And now
he lives in Dracula Castle with children.
According to
doesn't.
express.co.
I swear to God.
He lives with.
You will beat
That's
my-
also on
I tell you
Express.
something.
According to this British tabloid. I
Get
don't know.
5 punches right in the nose. Why? He lives, it says, with the orphans in the castle.
Prince Charles?
Pull up Prince Charles, Dracula Castle.
That's how you do a Google search. My
Yeah.
guy. You just cut your shit in
This
half.
guy's good at Googling. It's-
Prince Charles, Dracula Castle. Look it up, Jamie.
Okay. According
Everyone's going to do this. You're going to find out my line. And I remember like 10 years ago, finally, he's like, I live in the castle. Little boys, he's like, I live in the castle with them. It's like Dracula Castle on a mountain, like you saw in the movies.
Is that why they say Andrew's the pedophile to distract from Charles?
Prince
And his-
Andrew. Don't
Prince
point
Andrew.
at me and say
What are you
Andrew.
doing?
Yeah,
You are crazy, dude.
Yo, you right? My bad. I didn't
So
get
wait a
that.
minute. Now you really got me onto some shit. The worse things that you do, the more interconnected you are with these interdimensional beings.
You have to commit these crimes against humanity to prove your cred with them.
Why do you have to prove your cred in that way?
Because they're damn demons.
My friends, let's always spread love, say no to drugs, and be honest above all. This fire department burned this house down because there was dark spirits. This is crazy. Watch how dark spirits escape from this house when it is burned down. Oh, that is crazy. Wow.
Le monde part en couille. Non. J'ai du mal à imaginer ce genre de truc là. Hein? Hein? Tu n'as pas fini avec les filles, c'est les garçons qui me
The dog was surprised. Has the cat just become bigger? Cat was, did you really have to give that turtle that skateboard? Why? Why would you do that, my friend? You see, the cat was surprised, probably wondering. My friend, I know it feels nice, you see? It feels nice just watching that. Does it eat nature? You mean that one makes sound?
They
Like a
teach
cat.
us how to learn. It's called a rote memory system of learning. It's based on repetition, 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 and reading as its primary vehicle. Wow, is that efficient? And what happens is we get stalemated by the time we're about 6 or 7 years old. We've lost our photographic memory. We're programmed right out of using it. We've stymied the use of the subconscious part of the brain that we learned automatically and naturally with until that time. And now we've become basically a robot with an extremely inefficient way to learn. Now, I'm not knocking the teaching profession. They don't know another way. This is how they're taught too. But there is another way, and this is it. And it's right back to the way that we were doing it naturally and automatically until we were told another way. But for some reason, we didn't continue using that way. It was too good, I guess. What's really interesting is no matter where you are out here, the learning curve goes down the rest of your life once you start to be taught how to learn. Amazing. It not only just doesn't go up as much or level off, it goes down. We spend the next 12 to 16 years of our life educating our conscious, basically our conscious reasoning part of the brain, which represents maybe 10% at the most of our brain's potential. If we had it completely educated, it would only represent maybe 10% of our brain's potential. The 90% that's really not being utilized and being suppressed is this that we were using naturally here. And all we do in this course is take you back to using a very natural, automatic way to learn that you've all done before. That's why it's simple. It's easy to do, and it's natural. Every one of us possesses the ability, we just have to get back in touch with it. Be shown how to get back in touch and use it. And what happens is, no matter what age you are on this scale, as you go along, it just reverses this, goes right back up again, just like it did there. What we're dealing with here is automatically, however, as a byproduct of using this process, an awareness and perception level goes up quite dramatically, measurably 7 to 10 times the norm. Now that is so dramatic that in fact what you're doing is opening up an entire world to yourself that has always been there, but you simply haven't been perceiving it before. You'll all of a sudden be aware and see and perceive things that right in your own home, that gosh, you haven't noticed for years possibly, or driving to work that, wow, I go by that every day, but I don't remember ever seeing that. It also allows you to do something else that Dr. Farr talked about yesterday, and that is you get to the point where that awareness and perception level go up so dramatically that you cross over the line and you literally anticipate things taking place before they happen. Because the part of the brain you're dealing with has that ability. The subconscious part of the brain, and I'll just lop it in as the subconscious. It's actually a very specific part of the subconscious. But the fact is the subconscious part of the brain is not limited by time nor space. And consequently, it can photograph information at phenomenal rates of speed. By the way, we didn't stop at 606,000 words a minute with Larry Maper. We just stopped turning pages. Nobody could turn pages any faster. Then we went to a machine called a tachistoscope, which flashed information at subliminal speeds all the way to 40 milliseconds, which with full pages of written material calculated out to be 2 million words per minute. The machine peaked out, not the mind. The mind was handling it beautifully at 2 million words a minute, but the machine couldn't go any faster. Still, 85 to 95 instant verbal or written recall of the information at 2 million words a minute. That is subliminal. That is outside of the conscious perception. That is so rapidly that you're consciously unaware of anything even being flashed on the screen. But subconsciously you had got it verbatim.
Please leave your comments on that.
Hablan, sí. Yemen atrap sa.
Oh, my friend, what has happened there?
Hello.
Oh, this is a little bit confused about the age for some moment.
Okay, this is my car right here. See the Trauma 2? This is my car. This is why you should not leave your key fob in your car, because I got in with my pizza from Higher Ground and I got the scared out of me by this dog that's not my dog or my car. Oh my god. It was just crazy. All right, we'll see you guys. Yeah, so don't leave your key fob in your
English people, you mean you can make a mistake with the car?
So what happens when you go back and you try to change the past? You're in the original event.
So the paradox actually is the paradox of retrocausation. Let me use an example. When in 1972, I was sent by Dr. Sterling Colgate and my father from a time lab in East Hanover, New Jersey. The building's still there. It's the brick daycare center at a Presbyterian church on School Road in East Hanover, New Jersey. That was a time lab in the early 70s. I was sent there via a technology called plasma confinement to the day that Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address, which was November 19th of 1863. And I was photographed by a photographer that I think was Matthew Brady. It's disputed. Some people believe it was a photographer assistant of Brady named Bacharach. But it looked like Matthew Brady because I saw him as he was taking the photograph of the citizens of Gettysburg gathering to see President Lincoln give a speech, which was the caption of that famous photograph that I'm in from Gettysburg of that day. But let me just explain how I was using this as an example of how the quantum paradox actually works.
Sure.
Now, if you ponder the fact that I was sent there, photographed in 1863, and then after its discovery in 1951, this photograph has been widely published in news magazines because until 2007 it was the sole surviving photograph of Lincoln at Gettysburg. That begs the question of, did I not exist in the photograph until 1972?
Mm-hmm.
Jump there, get photographed, and create another timeline that I return to where suddenly my image was in all the news magazines that republished the Josephine Cobb image of Lincoln at Gettysburg? Or was I always in all of those photographs? And the latter is the case. Why? This is the paradox of retrocausation. From the perspective of 1863, I arrived as a time traveler from the future, was photographed, and hence my image was always in the photograph. So from the perspective of 1972, I had to go to 1863 to be in the photograph, but if I had flipped through, let's say, that September 1963 edition of the National Geographic that republished the Josephine Cobb image of Lincoln at Gettysburg, I would have seen myself in that image. That is to say that the past is immutable in the sense that when you go back in time to change it, the sine qua non of time travel is that you're in the past event, the original event. Mm-hmm. So I challenge the notion of Schrodinger's cat and the notion of a second timeline breaking off, because when you go back to that past event, you're in the original event. The notion of a second timeline branching off, I think, is a form of magical thinking. But I would distinguish that concept from the idea of being sent to a different timeline. For example, we found that the chronovisors were unreliable as an intelligence-gathering device, an intelligence-gathering time machine, because every time they sent us to, quote-unquote, the same past event, it was always a slightly different version of that same past event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so for example, when I would pop into view in front of Ford's Theater and try to talk myself past the ticket table in the front of the lobby, right inside the door, as a society child dressed in my Sunday best, and try to convince them that my parents had already been admitted with my ticket and were sitting inside, the person who would greet me at the ticket table was always a different person. It was like a man and his son, then it was the man by himself on the second jump. On the third jump, let's say it was just his son, then it was his son and his brother.
So is that you, in effect, creating a small paradox?
Well, I don't think we should think of the disparate timelines as paradoxical per se. I think we should think instead of the fact...
Yes, but you've got change. You've got change.
Well, according to one estimate, the multiverse contains as many timelines as would be expressed numerically by a number at 12-point type that would stretch for 130 million miles.
Hello guys, it's Steve again here. Welcome to Zena's Farms. So as you can see, all these are male seeds, and these which look black, they are females. Just imagine in one fruit, all these seeds were in one fruit. So in one fruit we had to find all these males and only 55 female seeds. So you're very likely to find less female seeds than male seeds. So all these are male seeds, they're useless, we're going to throw them away. But we can keep these and plant them for the next season. Sure.
Wow, that's some interesting life hack there. Anti-gravity magnetic levitation. Look at this. Oh, my friends. Oh, you use magnets to levitate. This is incredible. My friends.
Why doesn't Lucifer/Satan have L in his name?
Well, I think right here at the beginning that we need to recognize that the word Lucifer is really not the name of Satan. That comes from the Latin Vulgate, from Isaiah 14:12. And so I know that in popular culture, we've come to recognize or call Satan Lucifer, but that's never given biblically. In Isaiah 14:12, the name is actually Hallel ben Shakar, son of the morning, son of the shining, which makes perfect sense because he's always trying to duplicate the Lord. But in the Bible, he's called Satan or Satan, which just simply means the adversary or the opposer. And we also know in the New Testament that he's called the devil, which is the accuser, Revelation chapter 12. So at the end of the day, it's not surprising that we don't really have a specific name of Satan, except we just have these kind of titles of his functions.
My friends, we should all do good deeds of
Sometimes
love.
in physical reality, what you will create is a cyclic experience. You will create a certain state, and then it may seem as if you are falling out of that state, but that's not always for a negative reason. Remember that many times when you achieve a high level of vibration, you download a lot of information into yourself at that level. The idea then is to bring that information and ground it back to earth, and sometimes that actually requires you to lower your vibration to do so that it can sink in and crystallize on a different level. At the same time, recognize that what's happening is not this. What's happening is this. You are always actually climbing up, especially when you don't judge the down part of the cycle, because you're actually always landing higher than you were before, even though it may seem like you're going down. You're actually creating a rising arc.
Come closer to the phone. It's between me and you. If the universe removed you from tables where you used to sit, it's because you were being saved from the poison that was being served. Believe that.
A camera films the TikToker zooming in on Google Maps on a tablet. The TikToker goes into Street View where we can see a vast field of trees. He turns the camera and all of a sudden we can see the enormous creature that's causing all the stir. The TikToker zooms in and we can make out what seems to be an extremely tall, hairy beast with an ape-like face looking directly into the camera.
4, 3, 2, 1.
30 seconds into flight, we are feeling the rumble. We are seeing 33 out of 33 Raptor engines ignited on the Super Heavy booster.
Booster and ship, avionics, power, and telemetry nominal. Acquisition of signal, Corpus Christi.
Continuing to get good call-outs. Our trajectory looking nominal, systems looking nominal. Just amazing to see all 33 lit up once again. At this point, we've already passed through max Q, that maximum dynamic pressure, and passing supersonic, so we're now moving faster than the speed of sound. Getting those onboard views from the ship cameras. Now the next major milestone is going to be a hot staging maneuver. Again, we're going to be doing that in just about 90 seconds. To do that, we're going to shut down all but the 3 center Raptor engines on Super Heavy. That'll be our MECO, our most engines cut off. And then the clamps holding the two stages together are going to release. Starship's second stage will ignite its engines, the RVACs first, the sea levels right after that. The sea level engines will be splayed or just kind of pointed out at about a 15-degree angle. So if you look close and we get good tracking, you might be able to see those center right after. And so those 6 engines will push Starship off of the booster. All right, counting down now. We're going to be coming up right at around the 3-minute mark on that hot staging maneuver. Again, we'll see the booster engines start to shut down. You'll see all but 3 lights go out in the middle. And then we'll see the engines ignite on ship, pushing it away. And that will start carrying the ship into space. Booster will start to do its flip and then move into the boost back burn, setting it up for eventual splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Stage separation. Startup.
Hot staging confirmed. Boosters now making its way back, seeing 6 engines ignited on ship. Kate, we got a Starship on its way to space and a booster on the way back to the Gulf.
Oh man, I need a moment to pick my jaw up from the floor because these views are just stunning. These are live views from Starship. First stage is currently performing.
Ship avionics, power and telemetry nominal.
Good there, news informing us that the second stage or the ship, everything looking good, nominal there. First stage is currently performing the boost back burn, expecting that to last about 1 minute. That boost back burn, propels the booster back towards the coast, taking it to a landing in the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. We're only using the super heavy boosters, 13 center engines from here on out. As whenever they relight, you'll be able to see that in the left bottom corner. Those are the ones that can gimbal. In other words, they move and change direction in order to change the thrust to steer the first stage back to Earth. Wow, these are just incredible views coming to us. Everything is looking good for both the first stage on the left-hand side of your screen or the super heavy booster, as well as on the right-hand side of your screen, that is Starship, or we also refer to that as the ship. Now, the boost back burn was the first of 2 burns required to return it to Earth. The next one will be the landing burn, where all 13 center engines will initially ignite and then transition into a 3-engine burn to help slow it down. Now, just as a reminder of the stage 1 test objectives, we're looking for controlled ascent, which we have so far. Stage separation, which gorgeous, we cruised right through it, as well as
on a nominal trajectory.
Good news there telling us that the path that Starship is on is good. Now, Starship's second stage is still firing its engines, and as you heard, following planned flight path, the ship objectives, we're looking for hot staging, again, cruised right through that. We're looking to demonstrate controlled ascent, as well as orbital insertion. Now, the bottom right-hand corner of the screen shows the ship engine graphics, so be sure to keep an eye on those.
Yep, Kate, like this is just a phenomenal test so far. Super Heavy is performing beautifully today. It's on its return leg of the journey. Ship continuing to burn its 6 engines, those larger circles, the Raptor vacuum engines, the inner circles, the Raptor sea level engines. We're about 30 seconds away, just under 30 seconds away from the start of the boost back burn. The landing burn on the booster. You can see the grid fins are rotating. Those hypersonic grid fins are guiding us through the atmosphere back towards our splashdown site. Again, we're going for a splashdown, a soft splashdown. So for landing burn, we're going to expect to see the 13 center engines light, rapidly bring down the booster's velocity, and then just the 3 in the center for splashdown. Let's see if that'll work. We're getting a few engines. And acquisition of signal. Let's see if we can get some other video of that. Now, this is a test objective today. It is still something that we're attempting to learn. And to make it that far, to demonstrate the controlled re-entry up to that point is pretty darn good. Ship continuing to look nominal with its ascent burn. This burn lasting about 6 minutes total. And we're expecting that this burn will end just after T+8 minutes, about a minute from now. So far, though, I mean, congrats to the team. Making it this far is farther than we've gone.
Absolutely.
On Flight 2. Just wonderful views and great engine performance from the vehicles. So far, we've hit controlled ascent. We're in the middle of that right now. We demonstrated the hot staging. Kate, as you said, cruised through that. We demonstrated controlled entry of the booster. Just dropped a little short of the engine relay, but hey, that's something we can learn for the next one.
Yeah. Now that view that we just had moments ago was a live shot of Star Command. There you see it again. This is our mission control center at Starbase, where vehicle operators are standing by. Now the next milestone coming up is in less than a minute. At that point, ship will, or I'm sorry, actually it already has.
Ship engine cut off.
There we go. As you heard there, by the call out and from the crowd behind us, Starship's 6 Raptor engines have successfully shut down. We heard a call out for nominal orbital insertion, which is incredible. Look at these views, Dan.
I'm just completely blown away right now. What a day. Congratulations to the entire SpaceX team. I mean, this flight pretty much just started, but we're farther than we've ever been before. We've got a Starship not just in space, but on its coast phase into space. Just to recap where we've come, and it's only been 9.5 minutes. How has it only been 9.5 minutes? We lifted off right on time at 8:25 a.m. We didn't have to hold at our gate at all. We had 33 out of 33 Raptor engines open up and light and get us through a nominal ascent. Another 6